So shall we start, Mr. Sir?
Yes, sir. If everybody is here, we shall begin.
We'll start.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll just remove the presentation slide here, sir.
Sure, sir.
We'll start with the welcome speech. The students will start, and we'll give it over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, sir. Okay, so good morning, students and everyone gathered. We have close to, as of now, 92 participants, and we are expecting close to 100 participants via this Gmeet link. And the remaining section of students have joined using the YouTube live streaming. Okay, so we welcome you to this our seminar on employability skills for future. I hand over the session to Hariharan for the welcome address. Yeah, Hariharan, you may start.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, please. Yes.
Good morning to one and all present here. At the outset, I welcome you all to this power seminar on employability skills for future, which is hosted by our institution in association with ICT Academy. Today we have with us Mr. Festus Edwards, Senior Training Officer, Allsec Technologies Limited, Chennai, as the invited speaker. We look forward to listening to you, sir. On behalf of Ramco Institute of Technology, I heartily welcome you. I also cordially welcome the heads of the departments and faculty members of RIT to this seminar. I gladly welcome the students of Ramco Institute of Technology who are here to gain knowledge and enhance their skills. I'm sure we'll benefit from this seminar. With these few words, let me invite R. Srinidhi of first year ECE to introduce the chief guest to the audience.
Good morning, everybody. It is my privilege to introduce to you Mr. Festus Edwards, Senior Training Officer, Allsec Technologies Limited, Chennai. He completed his Bachelor of Commerce from Madras Christian College and began his career as Customer Support Officer in Allsec Technologies, Chennai in 2012. He worked for UK-based clients for 2.5 years and later worked for a year with US clients. Based on his performance, the clients chose him to be a performance coach. In 2016, he joined the training department of Allsec Technologies as an officer and scaled the heights to become the team manager. Currently, he is in charge of voice and accent training for the new hires who joins the UK and US process. He also takes care of behavioral and communication skills training. As a music lover and a traveler, he delights in meeting and interacting with new people and learning and sharing new ideas. With these few words, I invite Mr. Festus Edwards to address the audience.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for the introduction. It is the privilege to be a part of this virtual power seminar. I hope you are able to hear me and see me as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One moment, sir. All right. So, hi, good morning, everyone. Again, nice to see you all there, and I'm able to see like 100 people are there in this session. It's a nice feeling that when a lot of people are gathered together. So, like Srinidhi introduced me, I am a team manager from Allsec Technologies. I work for the training department. It's been more than 4 years now, and I've been working in Allsec for almost 9 years, and 4 months I've completed with Allsec Technologies. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I hope the screen is visible for everyone.
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so the topic says employability skills for the future. So there are a lot of things that a lot of people can talk about, but I'm just going to focus on one thing because that's my forte, and I am into communication training basically. So I would focus more on communication here. Okay, so moving on. The first things first that I want to talk about is that you see on the screen: talent versus skill. Okay, so there are a lot of people who get confused with these two things. There, the word talent and the word skill are two things that a lot of people get confused. Give me one quick moment. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I'm at working from home and I have my son at home as well, so that's the background noise. So if you have any noise, so kindly bear with that. So talking about talent and skill, talent is something that is born with you, all right, and skill is something that can be developed. So something that I have is my talent is uh, music. I'm a musician, I'm a guitarist, and I can sing well as well. And my skill that I developed is communication. When I was in college or when I was in school, I was not a person who can talk like this in front of people. I was really scared talking in front of people. Even when I was in school, I didn't have the courage to go ahead and talk to people out there in my class, people there in the staff room. Okay, the teachers. I didn't have the courage to do that. But yes, I did develop my skill after joining the organization with Alsec Technologies. So, and we never had something like this back then when we were in college. I completed my Bachelor's of Commerce in 2011 and I joined Alsec in 2012. So we did not have anything like a session like this conducted by the from some organizations, or we didn't have ICT Academy at that time. So it is so nice for you guys that we from the market, from the corporate environment, we are there to help you and guide you here. Okay, so here I just want to talk about more of talent that I have. Okay, I just want to sing a song for you guys before I could start off with anything else. I just want to play the guitar and sing a song for you guys. Try to see if you are able to grasp the lyrics that I'm singing here. It's a very simple song. Okay, I just want to see if you're able to get it. If you understand it, if you understand the words that I'm going to sing now, I want you to put those words in the chat window. That way, it'll be nice whether you guys got it or not. Okay, it's very simple. Never, 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 never give up. If you can believe it will be done. Nothing is impossible. Stretch your faith, pick a miracle. Never, 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 never give up. How many of you got that lyrics? You can raise your hand. Okay, I see Divya has put the words there. Okay, Rajalakshmi has got it. Rajalakshmi, you can unmute and answer as well. What was the lyrics that I sang?
Never, never, never give up.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I was saying. So never, never, never give up. If you can believe, it will be done. So just start doing that at least from now. Never say I can't do it. Like I'm sure we, as school students, we did hear it from a school teacher saying that do not give up on whatever you do. Always say I can do it, I must do it, and I will do it. That's exactly what this song says. Okay, I'll sing that in Tamil as well. முடியாதென்று மனம் தளராதே நம்பினால் எல்லாம் ஆகுமே முடியாதென்று நினையாதே நம்பினால் எல்லாம் ஆகுமே முடியாதென்று மனம் தளராதே never 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 give up if you can believe it will be done. Nothing is impossible. Stretch your faith, pick a miracle. Never, 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 never give up. With that, I'm done with the song. This is the talent that I have. Since my family members are all into music, my grandfather was a musician. Like he was into singing. Both my grandfathers, my mother's dad and my father's dad, both were into music. So that actually helped me to be a musician. And my brother is a full-time musician. He is into the movie industry. He's into a lot of. He's a freelance musician. So I got that in my blood, and I was able to develop that easily. Okay, so I didn't have to do a lot of work that as learning as such. I was able to understand things because it was there in my blood. So talking about skills, like I said, something that I developed, okay, the skill that I developed is communication skill. Okay, back in those days, talking in English in itself was difficult for me. I was more like what boy, yes boy, no boy. Okay, but when I moved into college, I did fight and come out of that. I was able to talk to people to a certain extent about general things, and I was able to talk about important things as well in college. And after moving into ALSEC Technologies in 2012, I did not have a choice because I was talking to the Westerners like Americans and Britishers. So I didn't have a choice where I would be able to talk in Tamil. So I was forced to speak in English. And that actually made me develop my communication skills. So this is one of the important key factors right now in the market. Communication skills is something which is really important. We don't find a lot of people who have a good communication skills right now. So we are trying to develop their language. So I as a trainer, we first see where they stand in terms of the communication skills, and we train them on the basics of communication from where I can say is like from grammar, from how to speak to people, from the choice of words that they should use, everything that we train people on. Okay, so I will give you some tips and guidelines here to develop your communication skill. So skill and talent are meaningless without the right attitude. So this is something that you need to remember. Okay, you need to have a good mindset, right attitude towards learning. Okay, not a lot of people believe in this. Okay, learning is forever. Even today, there is something that I learned from you guys, from my day-to-day activities, from the training that I do. There is at least one thing that I learn every single day. Even now, okay, my dad learns a lot of things. Okay, it's not, you cannot say learning is done with college. Never. Don't even think that learning can get over with college. Once you move into a corporate, there is nothing that I have to learn. Trust me, only after getting into the corporate, your life begins. Okay, so you will learn a lot of lessons every single day, and try to see how you can apply those things in your day-to-day life. Okay, so always have a right attitude towards the things that you learn. Only then you will have that mindset, okay, I'm learning something from this activity, so I can apply this learning somewhere down my life. Okay, what, like we can say, you studied BCom and you're sitting in a BPO. Yes, of course, but I feel nice here. I'm happy that I'm able to talk to a lot of people. When I was in like the first 4.5 years, I was talking to a lot of customers, after which I was able to talk to a lot of people, new people who joined the organization, report to us, to the training department. So it is something that I never thought of. So I would say, like, it is a nice feeling to meet new people every week, every month. All right. So I'm going to talk about a few things which is related to developing your skills. Okay. So there are some tips that I'm going to share with you. Okay, I hope you guys are able to see the screen. So be curious, be versatile, find your role model, work with a mentor, get feedback through real projects, and shorten your learning cycle. There are only 6 tips that I'm going to share with you to develop a skill. When I say be curious, find out if you think that that person is really good at something. Okay, for example, you see somebody talking really well in English or any language, it could be. Okay, be curious to find out who that person is. Okay, start building a conversation with them. Even if your English is bad, that is absolutely fine. Start a conversation with them. Find out from them who they are, where are they from, what do they do, how did they develop their communication skills. Okay, I'm sure everybody that you meet on a daily basis, whether it is in college or in your real life, there will be some person who can speak really well, whether it's English or Tamil. Okay, so be curious to find out how, what, where, when did they learn, or how did they learn, or what did they do to become to the come up to this level, and things like that. So it's always good to be curious to know about them. Okay, and be versatile. Being versatile is something that you need to remember, where these days, not not many people are just, they just have one skill or just one talent that they have. Okay, right now I think I'm gone outdated, because the only skill that I have is communication skills. Okay, I can handle people with whatever age they are in, whether they are babies, whether they are teens, whether they are youth, whether they are adults, whether they are of senior citizens. I can handle any people. Other than that, I have no other thing. The talent that I have is music, yes, of course. Okay, but these days people are versatile. They don't just focus on one particular thing. They have a lot of things that they can do. So try to find that out and be a person like that. So always try to learn new things and try to apply those things and develop your skills as much as you can. Not just on one skill, that I can say, whatever that can be learned. For few people, it you can say I can do many things at the same time. it's called multitasking. Okay, so multitasking is good. Okay, I know people who can play the guitar, who can play the keyboard, who can play the drums, who can play the bass guitar. Okay, they are the musicians, as in like they are the composers. So with that one person, he will be the only person, or she will be the only person, and she or he can do everything. They can compose an entire song, and they can also sing well. I have a friend of mine who can do that. Okay, that is being versatile. Okay, not just on one instrument, he knows many, and he is a musician, and he is a music composer now. He is a music director in the cinema industry. All right, and find your role model. For every single person, there is somebody who will be a person that they look up to. That person is really important in life. Okay, I would say it was my grandfather first. He was an example for me. For if I talk about him, I can talk forever, but I'm just going to say one point with what he did. Okay, that we none of us can do that. Okay, yes, he was old. He didn't have anything to do after his retirement. He was a fire officer. After his retirement, he was at home. So something that he does is he wakes up in the morning. He does exercise. Okay, he'll have his breakfast. All right, and after that, he'll sit down and start reading the newspaper. When he sits down to read the newspaper, by the end of his lunch, before he could have his lunch, he will finish the entire newspaper. Okay, and he was somebody who worked along with the Britishers back in those days. When British was here, he used to work with them. So the things that he followed were just amazing. With regards to a lot of things, not just one particular thing. Reading the newspaper, his exercise, even at the age of 90, he was exercising as soon as he wakes up. He wakes up, he prays, reads the Bible, and then the first thing that he does is exercise. Not a lot of people, like at least I don't do that even now. Okay, so that was one thing that I can look up to him, and then reading the newspaper was something that I got it from him. But I don't read it like how he does, but I do keep up some important information from the newspaper. Okay, so that is a medicine for communication skills. One of the medicines that I can say to develop your communication skills. All right, and then my second role model was my trainer when I joined Alsec Technologies. First day I see him, and I was in awe. I didn't know that people can speak like this. The way I speak now is a neutral language. Okay, anybody in the world can understand the language that I speak in. I'm talking about the accent part. He spoke like a Britisher, and I was in like shock. Am I talking to a Britisher, or am I talking to a Indian? I was a Tamilian, of course. In fact, I was really shocked, and I didn't do anything. I just thought that okay, I should become like him one day. And here I am. I was able to fulfill. I was able to fulfill myself. When I said I want to be like this one day, I did become like him, and I am in his position now. He left the company in 2015. In 2016, I joined the department as an officer, and here I am as a team manager in the department. So when you look up to somebody, try to see what you can learn from them and apply those things and become a person like them. All right. Working with mentor is something which is another important part. Always have a mentor whom you can have along with you so that you can learn things from them. Even if you make a mistake, they will be there to guide you. Okay. It can be anybody. It can be a family member. It can be your relatives. But one thing that you need to understand is, if you think they are good at something, when you know that you want to learn something from them, trust me, you need to believe in them first. First thing is you need to accept, believe, and get comfortable with them. A, B, C. Only if you follow these A, B, C, accepting, believing, and getting comfortable with them, is when you can call them as mentors. They will be in a position to help you, and you will also not feel that okay, he's not like a mentor for me. I can ask him questions anytime I want to. That should be your look look at them. Okay, that will help you a lot to develop your skills and get feedback through real projects. Like I told you, the mentorship that the person gives you, you should be in a position to learn and take feedback from them. That is something that not a lot of people follow. When you get a feedback from somebody, try to see what you can do best from it. If it is positive feedback, good, which means that you are in the right track. If they give you some suggestions, try and find out what you can do to develop that feedback. And shortening your learning cycle. This is something that a lot of people need at this hour, the need of the hour. So for me, it was different. Okay, for my brother, it was different. For my wife, it was different. For you guys, it is going to be different. So find that something that you will have which will make learning easy, and it will shorten your learning cycle. For me, learning cycle, to shorten my learning cycle, what I did was listening. Okay, listening can help you a lot with regards to communication skills. Even with your college studies, you can try doing that. I'm sure you guys listen to the lectures. Okay, when I say listen, it's a mental process, not just listening or hearing with your ears. I'm talking about your mental process. When you listen, you hear it and you process it in your brain, using your brain. That is more important. Don't just sit in the class just for the sake of it. Try to understand what the person is saying. Only then it will be useful for you when you're writing the exams. Okay, so what I did in school days is we did have a summary and all those things in English, right? So what I'll do is I'll read and record the entire summary. Okay, and play the recording like 3 or 4 or 5 times. That is absolutely fine. Listen to it 5 times, and the sixth time, when you listen to it, you will be automatically saying it along with the recording. Like what happens to songs that we listen to? You listen to song once, the lyrics, you're able to remember the lyrics for a few lines. Second time you listen to the song, you'll be able to understand extra lyrics from the song. And then when you listen to it for the third or the fourth time, the fifth time when you sing, you'll be able to sing the entire song without any miss like you will not miss out any of the lyrics. That is something which is really important, and that is what I did to develop. All right, so try if you're able to do that. And with communication skills also, I did use the listening skill as an important part, because uh, to develop English, you need to listen, you need to read, and you need to write. Okay, listening can be anybody talking, music, any videos that you can watch, movies that you can watch. Okay, but when you're watching movies, watch the ones that you've already watched. That way it will help you in improving your language. I do that a lot. Okay, there is a comedian, okay, called Gabriel Iglesias. Okay, he is somebody who is from Mexico, settled down in America. So the way he speaks is not an American accent, but he speaks with a neutral accent. But things that you learn from it are not just one or two. There are a lot of things that you can learn from it. So find out that person whom you like. It doesn't have to be like an American or a Britisher or an Australian. It is absolutely could be an Indian as well. Absolutely fine. But one thing that you need to do is you. I watched this Gabriel Iglesias episode of one of his episodes almost every week. Okay, which gives me some nice peace of mind, and also I laugh out really well when he says jokes. So something that you can laugh and you can also learn something from it. That is something which is really important these days. So these are the things that you can do to develop any skill that you want to. So be curious, be versatile, find your role model, work with a mentor, and get feedback through real projects. Don't be trying to do copy somebody else, and don't try to do something like my friend did this, so I'm also doing the same. Do not follow that. Try to come up with your own projects. That will actually help you a lot, and try to shorten your learning cycle. Yes, Muthupandi, how may I help you? Muthupandi,
Muthupandi, do
I
you have
see.
some doubt? I think it might be accidental, sir. You may continue.
Okay, there is one more person who has raised.
Gayatri. If in case you have doubts, please reserve it for the end of the session. Sir, please, you can continue, sir.
Okay, all right, fine. Thank you, sir. Okay, moving on to the next, which is the important part that I was talking about, which is communication. Okay, there are two ways of communicating with people. One is verbal. What I'm doing now is verbal, and the second one is non-verbal. When I'm doing this, the actions are called non-verbal communication. People feel that only talking is really important and non-verbal skills are not really great. If you ask me, speaking is just 30%. The remaining 70% is non-verbal skills, non-verbal things that you do inside a room, inside when you're talking to the public. Okay, which is something that not a lot of people focus on. But I always say that non-verbal skills are equally or more important than verbal skills. If you notice, my hand gestures are more than the verbal words that I use while I'm talking. Okay, that is something we need to focus on. So when I say verbal communication, I will say there are three things. One is reading, writing, and listening, like I told you earlier. Written communication, you read and you speak. All the three are verbal communication. Okay. How do you develop your uh, communication, verbal communication in general? What you can do is, like I told, what my grandfather did is something that everybody needs to follow these days. Don't look at it as a news. Okay, look at it in a way that you are learning something from the newspaper. Okay, because newspaper is not just one information that you see. It has every single thing that happens in the world. So there will be something or the other that will be interesting. Okay, try to see what is that interesting part of yours. So read that part of newspaper every single day. That would take up to like 20 to 30 minutes in a day. If you do this every single day, okay, for next 6 months, reading the newspaper for 30 minutes a day for 6 months consecutively, you would be able to see the difference. I'm sure you guys are should be in the second year and the third year by now. Okay, so if you are in the third year, you have one full year. Okay, and if you're from engineering, you have 2 years. If you're in the final year, then you have one entire year. If you're in the second year, you have 3 full years to develop your skills. So when you get into the market, when you're looking out for job, your communication skills will be excellent. I had a trainee back in 2017 who studied in a Tamil medium school, okay, but his language was amazing. I cannot compare anybody with him in my training period. Okay, that is what reading can do to everyone. He just kept reading books every single day. Even when he goes for break, he'll be reading the book. That is how reading can help many people. Okay, and again, listening that I told you, listening to songs can help you. Listening to people talking, watching people talking can help you a lot. Where even when you watch, there are two things that you're learning from there. One is the non-verbal actions that they do, and the second thing that they do is you are listening and trying to learn something from it. Give me one quick moment. I'm sorry about the background noise. Yes, I'm back. So, like I was talking about, watching movies, watching people talking can help you in a lot of ways. So, follow these three things, which will help you a lot. And again, with non-verbal communication, like I told you, watching movies can help. And also, one thing that I can say here is dressing up really well is also a non-verbal communication. It shows your confidence level. We Not a lot of people believe in that. They just dress shabby and they don't focus on themselves. They just wear something that covers their body. That is not at all nice. You need to be presentable when you're talking in front of people, when you're going for an interview. Also, something which is important is your dress code. Okay, and the way you walk, the shoes that you wear, the shirt that you wear, the belt that you wear, every single minute things are looked at when you're getting into an interview. Okay, so try to get yourself into this non-verbal communication skills to be developed. I'm sure after a point of time you'll be able to develop your verbal communication skills, because the more you talk with people, more you can learn from it. But with non-verbal skills, not a lot of people say that it is really important. Okay, so but here I am saying that it is 70% important in a communication skill. So see what you are good at, with the way you stand, with the shake hand that you give with somebody. Everything means a lot. That is that actually helps you to give the confidence to the other person that you can do better. Even if your verbal communications are not great, communication skills are not great, if the non-verbal communication is good, they will be in a position to choose you, because verbal communication skills can be developed easily. By reading newspaper, by watching, by listening, you can develop it. But developing non-verbal communication skill, yes, it can be developed, but getting to master it, it takes some time. Okay, so one thing that I can say is, see how much you can learn for the rest of your time in college. Okay, whether it is college studies or communication things that you want to learn, feel free to ask your professors, lecturers. Okay, never feel bad. Okay, something that I learned when I moved into organization. Okay, never feel bad to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions to anybody, even with your professors and lecturers. See and tell them that you want to learn something from them. Okay, they will be there to help you. Do not worry that they won't guide you, they won't help you at all. The professors and lecturers are there to guide you and help you. Okay, I will never say that they just know only the things that they are teaching you in the classroom. No, they have gone through a lot of things. Okay, but one thing that I can say is, if you want to learn something, okay, do it immediately. Don't push it for a later time. Do not push it for a later time. Okay, and also one more thing that I want to say is, decide on what you want to be. Decide on whether you want to become a person who wants to become a professor, or you want to become a corporate person, or if you want to get into marketing, if you want to do something in engineering. So decide your what you want to be, like decide on your goals, decide on your ambition. Only then you will be able to focus on what you want to do. But for anything that you do, this thing that you see on the screen is important. Communication is important, whichever field you get into, whether it's the corporate, which is whether it is marketing or lecturing or whatever it is. The engineering side, communication is important, right? With that, I'm done with my session. I just have my information, my details here. If you want if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, you can shoot out your questions now. If not, you can reach out to me on my phone number, or I'm there on LinkedIn, Instagram, and I'm also there on Facebook. And my email address is also there. You can always ping me offline, and I'll be more than happy to guide you all. I always love to share my thoughts with college and school students that way, because they are the people who are budding up and getting into the corporate environment. And I get to meet a lot of people. Even now, I have 15 people in training. Out of the 15 people, I have only 5 to 6 people who are really excellent. So other people are learning, they are budding up. So something that I would always say and tell my people is that never stop learning and never give up. Never say that I cannot develop my language. Never say that I cannot develop my skills. Never say that I cannot be successful in life. Have that confidence in you that you can do it, which will take you forward in life. All right. So if you have any questions now, I'll be more than happy to answer your questions.
Thank you for your highly informative session, sir. We now welcome questions from the audience. Students who have questions may unmute and ask.
Or if you feel you don't want to ask by unmuting, you can also put it in the chat window. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions by reading the questions from the chat window. Any questions from anybody? I don't see anybody raising hand. Muthu Pandi has raised his hand for a while now. Anybody has any questions?
So, this is Anish here.
Yes, sir.
Can you just brief us about the kind of training you offer in your company, sir, especially for the fresh hires that you mentioned?
So what we do is, as soon as they join the company, we train them on. Our company is a BPO,
Yes.
and we are in the international market and in the domestic market as well. So what we basically train people on is communication skills. That first thing that they reach out, especially when it is international batch that we receive, we take them through the basics of communication, about the language, about what they have to do, what are the things that they need to do. Like the things that I mentioned are the basic things that we say, like reading the newspaper, developing their writing skills and reading skills. This actually helps a lot. And we take them through some cultural training based on which country they are going to be talking to. If it is Americans that they're going to deal with, we take them through the differences between Indians and Americans, the Indian culture and the American culture. And then we also take them through some basic things of phone etiquette, because they are going to be talking over the phone. And there are people who will be chatting with customers, so we also take them through the skills that they need to chat with customers. So these are some basic things. And also basically their behavior on a call, behavior with people is also something that we focus on. And there are people who for certain batches we take them through the basic grammar as well, when it is really important, when it is really required for a batch, we take them through the basics of grammar if it is required. Yes. So these are things that we do.
Oh, fine, sir. Like, what do you look for when you're recruiting candidates in your company, sir? Like, you're offering a lot of training. So, what do you look for when they're coming in?
Basic thing, like by forte, which is communication, that they need to be good at, because it's more of communicating with people. So something that they need to have is the confidence level that they need to have, and the communication skill that they need to have. Because when you're talking to an American or a Britisher, the confidence level of talking should be really good, and the language should also be good. We can help people and tweak them to become a master in their accent, talking like an American, or developing their accent. That part we can take care. But if they do not have proper communication skills, I don't think it is easy. It will be easy for us to develop the skills.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Any more questions from anyone? Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. So over to Srinidhi now.
Once again, we thank you, sir, for the information of the audience. The feedback link for this session and the next one will be posted in the chat box at the end of the second session. Kindly give your feedback to receive your participation certificate. I now invite G. Lakshmi Priya of first year CSE to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to everyone gathered here. I feel honored to propose the vote of thanks for the first session of the PAR seminar on employability skills for future. On behalf of Ramco Institute of Technology, I sincerely thank Mr. Festus Boas Edwards, Senior Training Officer, Allsec Technologies Limited, for giving us direction and highlighting the necessary skills that future engineers should possess. Your session gave us an understanding of how the ever-changing needs of the industry require us to upgrade our skills. We look forward to having you in future too, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anish sir.
Yeah, sure.
It was a privilege talking to people from Ramco.
Yes,
Thank
sure,
you.
sure.
You have a wonderful day, and all
Yes.
the best for your future, people.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you.
Yeah, we look
Thank you,
forward to
sir.
having you again. Sure, sure.
Thank you, sir. Be
Thank you,
safe,
sir.
everyone.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes,
sir.
sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yes. Okay, students, the next session will start at 12 o'clock. Okay, so stay tuned. At 12 o'clock, we'll start the next session by Mr. Sai Satish, the founder and CEO of Indian Servers. He's a TEDx speaker and a person who's addressed largely a lot of college students. Okay, so be ready with questions especially. So we'll wait for 5 minutes and then we'll start. Okay. Okay, good afternoon, students. So we welcome you back to the second session on this power seminar organized by Ramco Institute of Technology in association with ICT Academy. And for this session, second session, we're going to listen on the importance of engineering for freshers from Mr. Sai Satish of Indian Service, the CEO of Indian Service Andhra Pradesh. We shall begin the session with a welcome address. Over to Lakshmi Priya.
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to the second session of the past seminar hosted by our institution in association with ICT Academy. For this session, we have with us Mr. Sai Satish, the founder and CEO of Indian Servers, who will be addressing on the importance of engineers for freshers. Thank you for making yourself available for the seminar, sir. We look forward to learning from you. On behalf of Ramco Institute of Technology, I heartily welcome you. With these few words, I invite M. Hariharan of first year ECE to introduce the chief guest to the audience.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is my honor to introduce to you Mr. Sai Satish, who is an young entrepreneur and the founder and CEO of Indian Service. He has served in the capacities of an administrator of Andhra Hackers, which is a top hacking awareness forum in India, and a cybercops trainer. He has also worked as Microsoft student partner and corporate .NET trainer. As the author of the best-selling book Hacking Secrets, he has shown himself as a skillful ethical hacker and a cybersecurity expert. He has the acclaim of being a TEDx speaker and has addressed thousands of college students and professionals in his lectures delivered at IITs, Central Universities, IIMs, and more than 350 engineering colleges all over India. He has till date delivered over 3,000 talks on various trending technologies and has also acted as a special invitee for the Jharkhand Entrepreneur Summit and Global Entrepreneurship Summit. In addition to training employees of various corporates, he has also trained many central and state organization employees. His technical acumen is widely recognized and he has been interviewed by many national and regional news channels like Aajtak, ZTV, TV9 and NTV, Eenadu, Sakshi, etc. He has been commended by several IAS officers for conducting pen tests on government websites which help them improve security and transactions. We are very eager to listen to you, sir. I now invite Mr. Sai Satish to address us on the topic Importance of Engineering for Freshers.
Thank you very much, Hariharan, Lakshmi, respected faculty members, Anish sir, and HOD sir, and all the faculty members, and my dear compilers and interpreters. A warm boot up for each and every node. Good afternoon. Myself, Sai Satish, CEO of Indian Servers. Very happy to associate with your institute. Very happy to address you all. Yep. So you just joined engineering. So what is your goal? This is going to be an interactive session. I'll interact with you. You can interact with me. Okay. So chat box is enabled. If you wish like to unmute yourself at some point, you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, you can use the chat box. Okay. So what is your goal? What is your life goal? Let's analyze the things. Okay. Why you have chosen engineering? Can you say something in the chat box? Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and you can also say. Because your neighbors or your cousins or your friends are taking engineering, and are you following them, or do you have any specific goal to opt this particular course called engineering? Think. You can give response in the chat. Otherwise, please unmute yourself and you can give response. Okay, I think some of your typing will take some time. I think it takes some time. I'll wait. Let me tell you, engineering is not a paper degree. Engineering is not just a course. Engineering is a way of thinking. We celebrate Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya's birthday as Engineers Day. Do you know on which date? Okay, to satisfy societal needs. Very good. I have interest in website designing. That's why I have selected engineering in CSE stream. Very good, Divya. How about others? We celebrate September 15th. Yes, very good. September 15th, we celebrate Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya's birthday as Engineers Day. Do you know why? Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya went to picnic party with his classmates. One of his friend said they went to a picnic for a waterfall, to see a waterfall. One friend said, "Arey, yeah, very fantastic waterfalls. I want to come here every year. I want to enjoy this scenery." One friend said like that. Second friend said, "Yeah, why I should come every year? I want to construct a house here. If I open my window, I should able to see that waterfall. That's how I would like to construct a house here." Second person said like that. Third person, Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya said, "Arey yaar, how much energy we are wasting here. If you can place a turbine under that waterfall, give for nearby villages." Engineering is not a paper degree. It is way of thinking. The way of thinking to serve the needs of the society. Sanjita said one thing. See here, she said she want to satisfy societal needs. Very good point. That's the purpose of engineering. You have to identify the problems and you have to resolve them. How to resolve them? That subject you learned in these 4 years. You're studying in this college, right? 4 years of engineering will help you to resolve the worldwide problems. But your attitude should pursue thinking. You have to always think to resolve the issues. We call India as a developing nation. Is it developed nation or developing nation? Tell me in the chat box what we call India. Is it a developing nation or developed nation? Give response in the chat box. I'm expecting answers from all the participants. Let's make it some interactive session because let me tell you, there are some hundreds of people who said, my words changed their life. So pay attention for next coming 40 minutes. Developing nation means what it means. There are plenty of problems in India which need to be resolved. So if you give a chance, if God give you a chance, will you be a part of a problem or will you be part of a solution? What do you want to be? Do you want to be a part of a problem or you want to be part of a solution? If God give you a chance. Will you be a part of a problem or part of a solution? Very good. If you want to be part of a solution, you must grab a great knowledge. That knowledge should be useful for the society and for you, for your family, for your parents, and for all living beings. You have to find such type of solutions. That should be the only goal in your engineering. That's the main purpose of engineering. Guys, let me share some resources to you and let me talk about them. You belongs to which department? CSC or mechanical or I know some combo pack will be there. You can post that in the chat box. Mechanical, ECE, triple E, very good. ECE, very good combo. So I request you to maintain very good relations with other department students also. Because if you combine mechanical plus ECE, mechanical subject plus ECE, then you can make some sort of robotic kind of concepts. Don't just stick to your friends of CSC department or AAA department. You have to learn the subjects of other department also. I'm going to share my screen now. I'd like to show few people innovations. Hope you're able to see my screen. 95% of our country, 95% of the population are not drinking safe water. You take army also roaming various places. They're not still drinking safe water. This guy belongs to second year student of mechanical engineering.
Water filter, which fits for any PET bottle generally available into the market.
This guy from Belgaum. This guy, second year mechanical student. This guy created a simple filter. Just observe this filter.
So I would just show you one small demo how the filter works. So this is a filter. Normally you carry PET bottles anywhere while traveling. So I would just take one PET bottle and show you the demonstration of the filter works. He has done something revolutionary. He's a young innovator from Karnataka, and please watch it. So this is a PET bottle. So you can see that it is like filled with the dirt, and this filter. So it's very dirty water. Yeah, kind of dirty. For the demonstration purpose, I've taken it. This is a filter. You just fit. You need to just fit the bottle and just pull the zipper and just squeeze and drink the water. I can drink it now. Yeah, you can. Wow. So you can see the difference. You can do it, sir. You can see the difference. I can really drink it. It's safe. Yeah. Sure. Wow. It is beautiful. So it takes care.
How many of you like this concept? Give response in the chat box. Safe drinking water. Microsoft gave him 25 crores of rupees to extend this project. 25 crores. See, in our country, states are fighting for water. If you can come up with some solution for the water, it will be fantastic. You take Israel, you take Dubai, there are no rivers. They're desalinating water and they're getting water. Of course, we are more populated than those countries. Let me tell you one more point. We are producing more number of engineers than the population of Singapore. Every year, we are producing more number of engineers than the population of Singapore. Why we are lacking in this technology? Do you know why? Because people are not thinking about the technology, they're just thinking about the certificates. So being a student, especially engineering student, don't give importance for the certificate. Your thought should be like resolving the societal problems. I would like to appreciate this girl, Sanjogita, right? Just unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
You said very good answer, you know. I said like these type of answers when I was studying my graduation, post-graduation. So I followed it in my life too. My name is Sai Satish, okay? You can search with my name in Google. You can find my works.
Okay, sir.
Very good, Sanjogita. So this is one kind of problem you can resolve. Let me show you a few more things what students are doing and what more things you can concentrate. Hardly once in a year, we'll go to doctor, except in this pandemic period. Forget about this pandemic period. In normal time, we hardly once in a year we go to doctor. Once or twice in a life, we seek some engineer's help. Otherwise, general population don't require to meet engineers. When you're constructing your home or when you're designing some software, you may approach some engineer. Generally, it's rare activity. But every day, we eat 3 or 4 times. Every day we need farmer. Are you getting my point? If you take India is producing 40 bags. Average is 40 bags per acre. Do you know how much China is producing paddy per acre? Around 120 bags. Almost 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 times China is producing more paddy. Why are we lacking? Guys, your engineering subject, whatever you're about to study in coming 4 years, that should reach to the root levels of our country. That must be your target. Let me show you. See here, in some parts of our country, very rare. Okay, in most of the parts of China, they are using these type of machines for agriculture. Farmers are facing a lot of issues with the daily labor because it's hard to find daily labor for them. Even daily labor is also working a lot. Lot means a lot. Don't remove the work, but remove the hard from hard work. Don't hijack their jobs. You have to remove the hard from the hard work. See what kind of machines they are using. Mechanical students come up with new designs. Government is offering a lot. If you can find such type of machinery, if you can create such type of machinery, see, this is another kind of problem. Now we are in rainy season, but if it is summer, almost 35 degrees, 40 degrees is the temperature. You are from which city? What's your nearest city? Give mention in the chat box. What's the nearest city to you? Hope you are not sleeping. I'm also not on mute. What is your nearest city? Tirunelveli. Yes, I came to Tirunelveli multiple times. Your food is very famous here, right? Tirunelveli, very good rice. I had Madurai also I came. Sivakasi I have not been to. Tirunelveli name itself is related to some food, I think, isn't it? Or no? Tirunelveli means related to rice? Any? Okay, halwa. Nail means paddy. Okay. Fine, fine. I'm from Andhra Pradesh, so I don't know Tamil, but I can understand a few words of Tamil, which are some combo pack for both for both Tamil and Telugu. Some common words will be there. Anna, Akka. So it will be common. Some words I can understand them easily. Okay. See here. Even Tirunelveli also, it goes to 30 degrees or 35 degrees sometime, right? So even at that time, rickshaw pullers, auto drivers, traffic constables, still they still stand on the roads to serve you. Even daily laborers also do work at that particular degree. So think of that body. Most of you are sitting in AC rooms. But how about the people who are working on those roads at that particular weather? If you can combine with this type of technology like AC coat, which will cool your body. See, your birva or your chair doesn't require AC. Only your body requires AC, right? Only your body requires AC. Your birva or your chair or your other things don't require AC. So just give AC to your body with this AC jacket. We know about raincoats. If you do simple reverse engineering of this raincoat, you can make these type of AC jackets, which can maintain good temperature of your human body. Everything is in a distance of a search. The thing is, you have to identify the problem and you have to come up with a solution. That is the most important. Let me show you a few more. See, this is also important innovation. This is how the in foreign, some of the doctors are using to identify the things of your body. AccuVein. You have to come up with these type of devices. What are the resources available for us? This engineering will show you all these type of things. The only thing is you have to start exploring the things. You have to start exploring what kind of solutions are there. I'll share some YouTube channels to you. Please make a note of plenty of videos are there. Yeah, plenty of innovation things are there for you. So I'll share some videos, some YouTube resources to you. Please make a note of those YouTube resources. You can explore these things. The first name is CHEDDAR. CHEDDAR. In this website, you can find plenty of innovation stuff. Explore these things. CHEDDAR. Please make a note of it. How many of you started writing down? Only 3. We have 99 participants here. Okay. First website you can search is CHEDDAR. The same thing is available in YouTube, LinkedIn also. YouTube and LinkedIn. Remember this website. Second website or second YouTube channel you can subscribe is Branch Education. It doesn't matter whether you're from mechanical department or EEE department. If you want to know how Bluetooth works, don't say it belongs to EC department or CSC department. Mechanical students also can learn this subject if you have passion to learn the things. Most of the scientists or multidisciplinary guys, they are not just from one stream. They study multiple disciplines. How your hard disk work, SSD. If you just invest few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes on this video, you'll understand something. If you invest 7.5 minutes on this video, you'll understand something. How it is storing trillions of bits on your smartphone, trillions of bits, seriously. How it works, what kind of technology it is using. If I give you a rupee, important point I'm telling you, if I give you a rupee, if you invest it, you'll get back. If you spend it, it won't come back. Same way, we all are having time. If you spend the time on PUBG or Free Fire or some sort of applications like Insta Reels, it won't come back. But if you invest the same time in learning some sort of new technologies related to engineering, it will come back. What is the cost of a water bottle? Can you tell me? What is the cost of a water bottle, mineral water bottle? Yeah, give response, expecting answers from all the active participants. Hope you are not sleeping. Normal plastic, you take Tata plus water bottle. Okay, let us take, mud pot. What's the cost of a mud pot? What you call that in Tamil? Mud pot. You can unmute yourself, I can say. Panai. Panai means mud pot. You can unmute yourself. My speaker is also working.
Yes, it is a mud pot, Panai in Tamil.
Okay, what's the cost of Panai? Empty Panai. Divya, say some random size. Generally here it is 200 rupees, one mud pot. If you pour water, water value will be around 10 rupees for 20 liters. So mud pot cost is 200 rupees and water cost is 20 rupees. Now what is the cost of that? What is the cost of that mud pot now? I just poured 20 liters of water, which cost 20 rupees. Okay. And mud pot cost total how much? Let us take mud pot cost as 200 rupees. Guys, be quick. 220 rupees. Very good. Now instead of water, if I pour petrol, 20 liters of petrol, what is the cost of that mud pot? Here, petrol cost is almost 100 rupees. 2,200 rupees. Good. Instead of petrol, if I pour honey, honey cost is around 400 rupees, 350 rupees to 400 rupees per kg or per liter. 20 liters of honey and mud pot. What's the value of that mud pot now? 8,200 rupees. Good. If I fill with gold coins, 20 kgs of gold coins, what is the value of it now? 20 kgs of gold coins, it goes to some lakhs of rupees. Almost 20 kgs means almost 1 crore rupees. If I fill with diamonds, it goes more than that. We all are in, all our brains are like that mud pot. The things what we are filling in that mud pot will give value to our brains. Fill your mind with valuable ideas, not just with nonsense, not just with gossips. What do you call gossips in Tamil? What's your favorite TV serial? What's your favorite TV serial? Guys should respond. What are the what is your classmates' favorite TV serial? What your girls, where the time they will invest more on? Guys, give response. Yeah, Divya, you don't watch serials. I know. Girls will not watch serials. Guys will tell now. Guys, what kind of serials these girls will watch more? Give response. I know, Divya, you will never watch TV serials. Guys will tell you. Your classmates will tell you. Guys, give response here. What TV serials they watch? Okay, Divya, believing you. Alright, guys, any guys are here? New student. It's okay, Swaminath. I'm not asking whether you're a new student or old student. I'm asking what kind of TV serials these girls will watch. Yeah, tell me some names here. Bommi BABL. Okay. Okay, I'm expecting some more interaction from you all. And knowledge is the most important thing what you have to gain. I'll share a couple of YouTube channels. Please make a note of it. Then we'll wind up today's session. The YouTube channel name is Branch Education. Branch Education. Make a note of it. Done. After this, Mr. King or Mr. Care. Just go to Mr. Care. Check this for lateral thinking, to improve your lateral thinking. Next one, you can try what if. What if is also very, very important and useful. channel to improve your lateral thinking. Lateral thinking, okay? Don't give up your passion. If you have passion to do something, just go ahead with that also. For example, if you like music, don't give up it. Vox Guru. If you like music, just go and subscribe to these type of channels like Vox Guru. Learn the things. Don't give up your arts also. Along with science, arts is also very, very important. Okay. Next YouTube channel you can try is the Creative Budge. Creative Budge. Is another YouTube channel, very, very useful YouTube channel, especially for ECE, mechanical. This YouTube channel will be very helpful for ECE and mechanical. After this, How Stuff Works. Another YouTube channel, How Stuff Works. Like this also. There are plenty of things like NPTEL is also there. Your college will show those YouTube channels, not an issue. You can also subscribe to these things, okay? Next one is NASA. You can try this NASA also. NASA YouTube channel also you can subscribe to explore the space. Next one, how many of you are making note of it? Please give response. Okay, at last, please post all these things in chat box. It will be easy for the lazy people. Lazy people directly will copy that notes, okay? So NASA is one. Next one is Interesting Engineering. These all are YouTube channels, okay? Interesting Engineering. Interesting Engineering. These channels are available in Instagram also. Subscribe to these channels in Instagram also. After this, Real Engineering. After this one, Real Engineering. If you'd like to explore, this is a channel. If you would like to explore related to biology, just use Nucleus Media. Very useful channel. Nucleus Media. NUCLES, Nucleus Media. Very good channel here. If you have brothers and sisters at home, show them these type of videos. Let them learn from these type of videos instead of learning from just textbooks. I know you're watching a lot of short films and web series. Instead of wasting your time on it, you can invest your time on these type of things. For entertainment purpose, no issues. You can watch them. First, limited number of time. For limited time, you can watch that. I think I already told you about Mr. Gare, I think. Mr. Gare. Mr. Gare. So these are some of the YouTube channels. The last YouTube channel, plenty of YouTube channels are there, okay? They're just a distance of a search. Next one, I'd like to say Creative Channel. Creative Channel. Like this also. So these are some of the YouTube channels you can subscribe and you can invest your time. So how many of you are in Instagram? How many of you are in Instagram? Okay, I'll share my ID and my company ID also. You can follow me in Insta. This is my company ID. You can follow our company ID. And this is my personal ID. Indian Servers is my company name. You can follow me. Open for questions. We'll discuss some of the questions and we'll wind up today's talk. Yeah. Yeah, you can ask me what kind of goals you have. We'll discuss them and we'll wind up today's session. So just keep in your mind, engineering is not a paper degree. It is way of thinking. We have more number of so-called certified engineers. We don't want such type of so-called certified engineers. We want real engineers. What do you mean by real engineers? The people who can resolve the problems and who will be the part of a solution. We need such type of people. Yep. You can unmute yourself and you can ask me questions. There are plenty of YouTube channels are available to improve your communication skills also. Subscribe to useful YouTube channels, invest your time properly. Okay. So you can unmute yourself and you can ask me.
It was a highly revealing session and we're very grateful for that, sir. We now welcome questions from the audience. Those who have questions, kindly unmute and ask.
No questions. Are you sure? Okay, I can understand you're just from first year. Have good network with industry people as well as with academicians and solve the real world problems. All the best for all the participants. Thank you very much for inviting me here. Over to you, Anish sir. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. I'm just handing the session to Hariharan.
Once again, we thank you, sir. The feedback link for this seminar is posted in the chat box. Students, kindly give your feedback to receive your participation certificate. Now I invite R. Srinidhi of ECE to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected guest speaker for this session, faculty members and students, good afternoon. I am delighted to propose the vote of thanks at this moment. Let me begin by thanking Mr. Sai Satish, founder and CEO of Indian Servers, for explaining the importance on engineering. On behalf of RIT, I thank you for sparing your time to handle a session that was very productive and knowledgeable. Thank you, sir. I extend my thanks to our principal, Dr. L. Ganeshan, and our vice principal, Dr. S. Rajapalayam, for facilitating and supporting us in arranging this power seminar. Let me thank the heads of various departments and faculty members for their help. I thank the ICT Academy for arranging such a seminar that aimed at preparing students for the future. Finally, thank you students for participating in this virtual seminar. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, students also. And thank you very much, sir, for the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Bye, all participants.
Wonderful resources also that you have shared with us. It will be useful. We have taken notes, sir. Of course, we'll share with our students also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
all participants. Let's connect in Insta. Bye, all.
Yeah, sure. Students, as you can see in the chat, we have pasted the feedback link. Please go in, take some time to fill the feedback form, and you'll be receiving your certificate shortly. Okay, so fill and you can receive your certificates. Thank you.